All right, so a video shows Druski who end up apologizing to a child that he called fat. That ain't funny.
I'm not laughing.
Yeah, I'm talking myself. That he called fat because I was a fat kid, so it was like it just.
That's why you want to talk about this.
But yes, because it bothered me.
Okay.
Extremely. In the extreme compound. But I was during the stream with Cenat. Now I was watching what Druski said. And it was ridiculous. Like, you a grown man. And I guess they live a childish life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they stream and they get money from this.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to, and it's a mistake, but sometimes these kids are developing something. They're developing self-esteem. They're developing different things about themselves. And I know sometimes in black culture, because we are like...
Yeah, that's our culture.
Because we are kind of like, what I said before, we're kind of like oppressed people. So we always go with that. Hey, you gotta get used to this because this life ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? So Druski's like, and Druski kept saying, y'all call me fat, y'all call me fat. Like, and this dude, I was always a little boy. He looked
about 10.
He was about like 10. He was, yeah. So the little boy sitting there, he like crying, body shaking, and Druski was like, yeah, he fat, like, yeah. And the little kid like, I know, leave me alone though. And then the dad sitting over there like, quit messing with my fat son. And then I shouldn't have said that. We're about to get canceled, but I didn't like it at all, and I told E, like, I was like, dude, I ain't like that. I don't like when people mess with kids like that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because it's a child. I don't care because people need to develop who they're going to become.
Absolutely.
Before you mess with them.
Absolutely.
Like that. And I feel like Druski should have knew better. He a grown man. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that he got it, because I'm not going to feel like he should be canceled because of it, but I feel like this is a learning experience for him. Because even Cenat was just like, like you could tell he was genuine. Like, dude, you can't do that. Like, Kai didn't even know how to act in the situation. He was genuine, like, man, you can't do that. Because the kid was distraught about the whole thing. But what you feel about it? You are the ladies first. Yeah.
Well, okay, so I didn't see that clip. I did see the clip where he cried to Kai, and then I seen Druski apologize. But I can only imagine because, again, that's one thing the babies is off limits to me.
Yeah,
the babies is off limits. No matter, I don't care if you're a comedian or not, to me, it should click in your head immediately, like, as a kid. And then on top of that, like you said, our culture is a little different. Like, but that still don't make it right. No, even though we rag on each other and stuff like that, but that still doesn't make it right. But I am glad that he did apologize immediately. But also, I'm hoping, we don't know, but I'm hoping there was like some off-camera, like, talking to the kind of feel into
he gave him a hug and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I seen that on camera, but I'm saying I'm hoping off camera there was like maybe like, can I talk to you for a second? I apologize. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So to fill the kids cut back up. So I'm hoping that, but
he didn't do that, and I did look at that, and I was like, I hope he gets a moment with himself by the kid.
Yes.
Because if that was me, I mean, being a kid like that, if I was me, like, you could apologize in front of everybody else, but you need to that reinforcement from that adult, because it's an adult person to tell you, like, not that you don't want them to tell you ain't fat, because the reality of it is the little boy was a chubby little kid, but you do want to tell them they worth something. Because those are things like being fat. Because I remember I was a fat kid. Being fat, that's one of those things. When somebody say you fat, all I heard is you ain't good enough. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? Or like different things about kids, or they be like, you ugly, you ain't good enough. These things, when you add these adjectives to kids that are not viewed as something that's positive, it adds it makes you feel that you're not good enough. That's all they hear. Go ahead.
Just to go back to what you said, I was taking up for Druski. I wasn't taking up for Druski. This is what I said when I said, well, you know how Druski is. It's the fact that I'm gonna be real with you, I kind of blame his mother for putting him in that position. Because if you ever watch Cenat or whatever, I watch clips and everything, it's just a whole bunch of goofy grown men. And when you put a whole bunch of goofy grown men into a place, there's no telling what they're gonna say.
Filter.
So that's what I'm saying when I said that's the type of person he is. I wasn't taking up for
somebody called me a hater this week because I don't watch Cenat. But
I guess I'm a hater too.
Yeah, different types of humor for different types of people.
Yeah, it doesn't resonate.
And on top of that,
he's a streamer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Different generations. It might be bridging that.
That's not my generation.
Yeah, exactly.
So somebody, but this person was like my age, and he like you a hater for like, and it's like, nah, dude, I'm not a hater, but we all like what we like. I feel that safe word when black people, hater is a safe word for black people. we always be like, you a hater because you're. No, we actually do not have a podcast. And we talk about stuff like this.
Right,
so
right.
I have an opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have an opinion. Like, just like I write books. If you don't like my book, tell me you don't like my book. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has an opinion about something because that's how you know. Because if you fall for anything, if you don't stand for anything, you fall for
everything.
Yeah, so to go back to it, I mean, Druski was wrong for doing it, but like I said, when you put a whole bunch of goofy grown men that's comedians in there, you know, that's the type of stuff you get. If you ever watch Druski, that's what he do.
Yeah.
So that's why I wasn't shocked.
Maybe the mother wasn't aware of because it was like an Addams Family thing, right?
Yeah, and then they picked him to play the little boy on Addams Family, which is, I mean, I'm not, and I like you said, I'm with the kids being off limits and everything, but I feel like when it comes to kids, you know, you said you felt a kind of certain kind of way because you was a chubby kid or whatever. I mean, I felt the same way too because I'm short. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at least, and this is how I look at things. It's wrong, but at least with you being, you know, chubby, at least you could get rid of that. I can't grow. I can't. There's no way I can get tall. And listen. There's been plenty of times where people have talked about my height or whatever, and I'm not even the type of person that even go like even because I know how people are serious about weight. There's been times where people that's been overweight have talked about my height, but I still don't go to that, you know, extreme when I was younger and everything. So it's just like you said, the kids is off limits and everything. And it was wrong for him to do it, but everybody has their feelings, and you know that. You know how many times I'll try to talk to a woman, and they're like, "Oh, you know, you got to be 6'1", 6'2", or matter of fact, the situation with Tory Lanez. When Tory Lanez got into that situation with Meg Thee Stallion, how many short jokes did you see? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think that all right. So I kind of disagree with you because you said I'm short. But when you're a kid and you're a fat kid, you feel like that's going to be you forever. Because you have a child mentality. Because you have a child mentality.
Same with you.
But you haven't experienced anything else, and you feel like you can't experience anything else because you feel like that's you. Mm-hmm. You feel like that's what you're supposed to live like. And little kids don't know like to lose weight, to go to the gym and stuff like that. So it's kind of like he just sees himself as that. And
I agree with you, but I just think that you project because you dealt with that, just like I've dealt with being short. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times people in my class is taller than me, like, oh, you still look like when I was young in 12th grade, like, oh, you look like you in 9th grade.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
But
that.
I'm just saying, it's still the same situation.
But
it's just different. It's different things, but it's the same situation.
We can agree to disagree.
I mean, how many short jokes I get now? I mean, it don't bother me,
but
get
it like on Fridays.
But see, but let me ask you a question.
On Friday.
But let me have I ever made any jokes about you being overweight or anything?
Yeah.
Never.
What's we call it? Told me that you did that.
Never. Because I know when it comes to that, I know how sensitive people are to that. So I take the short jokes because I'm short. There's nothing I can do about it. It doesn't bother me. Mm-hmm. But I am considerate of other people but then when people make short jokes, they don't realize, especially when people are overweight, they don't realize, hey, you overweight, you could do something about that. I'm short, I can't do nothing about that.
Yeah, I'm talking about the kid though. I ain't talking about
even when you're a child.
Yeah, because that kid don't know. That kid only 10.
Yeah.
He don't know he can do something about that. He probably just feel like he's just gonna be a fat kid for the rest of his life. Not a fat kid, but a fat person for the rest of his life. Because he's a little kid. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that. And when people talk about you and that you don't have strong. All right, so when I was in 9th grade, I weighed 360 pounds. By 10th grade, I was 175. But if people have made fun, if I had got made fun of at home or didn't get treated, it would have been terrible and hard for me to do that. So it's kind of like, it depends on what type of reinforcement he got around him.
That I agree. And what I'll say is, what makes me feel bad is because I feel like even when he went home, I know his mother felt horrible, but then watching the video of her reaction and then having what I feel like she kind of coached him to say whatever, I feel like now it's constantly being pounded in his head that the situation that kind of happened versus
was very serious.
Yeah.
It was very serious.
So that's I'm like, oh man.
Because people want money. Like
that too.
There's a point his mother like, we're about to get paid.
I mean, like I said, Druski was wrong, but his mom got to take some of that blame too. Being there with him.
I get what you're saying by signing him up. Gotta do your research before you
exactly.
Yeah, understood.
Okay, so we go move on to our next topic.